joined by NewsNation media contributor and founding editor of Mediaite, Colby Hall. Colby, great to see you. I do have to say the backlash to that message was pretty immediate. Was it not thoroughly vetted?
Yeah, I feel bad for the CEO because I think sort of the intentions of his message were good, but as we all know, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Listen, it was a 30-second statement, and it was made, after this football game had been postponed, a day after this terrible terrorist tragedy that had taken more than a dozen lives. And so I'm sure the CEO felt that it was something that he wanted to address the nation, and, the intentions were good. When he pivoted to, we need to sort of lessen outrage and divisiveness, it was pretty tone deaf given that this was an ISIS sympathizer. And to connect, sort of being understanding of differences so shortly after this terrible tragedy where there was really no sort of accepting of our differences in this. And so, yeah, I suspect whatever crisis manager or PR consultant that was working with Allstate may be looking for a new job. So again, I think the intentions, the spirit was there, but the letter of the law really did backfire. And as a result, they took this down from social media and are trying to wipe this video from the internet entirely, and understandably.
Yeah, and not even a week later, and like you said, they're trying to wipe it. But he did say in his statement that Americans do have this, quote, addiction to divisiveness. Does the reaction to what he said kind of prove his point in a way?
100%. I'm so glad you asked me that, because it's just stunning how, people that are addicted to divisiveness and outrage were like, hold my beer, allow me to be divisive and outraged by this other why. But I mean, I think the comment itself is fine. It's almost sort of, a pretty sort of broad idea across all religions and creeds and part of a social contract. It's just the timing of this was off, right? But it was largely, people that work in the sort of outrage machine, like the predictable people, the Charlie Kirks, the outkick coverage people that were, how dare you, sort of create this woke message in advance of a college football game. By the way, college football is largely underwritten by Allstate. Like, you can't watch a college football game without seeing the Allstate Good Hands logo catching field goals on that net. So, yeah, I mean, this was a big mistake. I think it will go down as one of the bigger cell phones in marketing history, but Allstate has more money than almost anyone right now, so I'm sure that they'll survive this.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that. But, we did take a look at that formal statement that the company released later that said that, Wilson condemns the act of terrorism and violence in all forms. Do we know why, there wasn't somebody in the PR department that said, hey, maybe we just put that in the pregame video message?
It's stunning that no one said, no one said like, hey, I don't know if this is the right message. Keep in mind that this happened January 2nd, right? And, there's this weird time. Senior people are all vacationing and off. So I suspect the PR person that was advising was maybe a junior level. The senior people were off sort of vacationing in St. Bart's or the Virgin Islands or wherever these massively wealthy sort of insurance executives go for vacation. So, in the media, you see the biggest sort of mistakes and gaffes happen when a lot of people are off. It's why at Mediaite we cover it so closely, because this is when hard lessons are learned, right?
Yeah.
By mistakes. And, this was a fail. I'm sure people will learn valuable lessons from this, and the world will keep on turning.
It will.
And insurance industry will continue to make a lot of money.
They will continue to make, yes, a lot of money. Very good point there. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.